Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. It's been forever. As Ethelwald was just pointing out, it's been like almost a month. It always feels like at least that long. Anyway, Gryfflet is delighted to be back today. Gryfflet rides again. He was getting all cobwebby here in Eaworth. And he is ready to sally forth to Thornhope, but first he is going to meet that gentleman over there whose masculine locks he was just admiring at the end of last time. Amir's not quite tall enough. Like, he's about the same height as his guard over here. Are you a king in disguise? I doubt it. But anyway, I mean, I was about to say he looks nice and tall, but of course I'm a halfling, so he would, wouldn't he? Anyway, let's talk to him. So I was about to chat about stuff, but let me talk to Aemir first, and then we can chat about stuff as I'm on horseback, headed to Thornhope. All right, Aemir, what do you think?
To make your acquaintance, my friend.
Hey, and if you are pleased, you have no idea how pleased Gryfflet is. Okay, am I not wrong in my guess that you are of the race of halflings called hobbits? Aemir laughs at your surprise. Yours is the second party I have encountered who sought the Uruks, Gryfflet, and it was they who told me of hobbits. To you I say what I said to them. The Uruks have all been destroyed, and I saw no sign of any other living thing at the site. The man was Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and his companions were a dwarf, Gimli Glóin's son, and an elf called Legolas. Boy, he paid really good attention. You are not one of the halflings they sought, are you? A shame. They were distraught at their loss. Speak to my man Eothine if you would hear more of these travelers or their prey. Okay, I don't... Oh, that's Eothine over there. Okay, so he's not a king, but he's at least a captain. That's something, Aemir. Probably you don't feel quite so inadequate standing next to Eothine if that's the case. Hey, Eothine, you're famous too. Yeah. Anybody who gets, like, lines of dialogue in the text is famous, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I didn't notice before the boars on his skirts. That must be for his hometown and home area, right? Okay. Eothine. Great to meet you. Eothine the Skeptical.
If Eomer, my commander, wishes me to answer your questions, I will do so.
That's big of you, man. That's really big of you. Ask what you will and hear my answers. Whether they give you joy or sadness is no concern of mine. Okay, Eothine the not only skeptical, but rather callous. Fine. Oh, sorry, I just realized I forgot my earbuds here. Okay. All right. Let's do some Q&A here, Eothine. Ooh, boy, lots of Q&A. Tell me about the encounter. Yeah. They seem to spring out of the grass as if from nowhere. Oh, I thought we meant the orc encounter. You're talking about the Aragorn encounter. That's fine. Some elvish magic, I thought, and indeed one of them was an elf. A dwarf and a man was there was also, but no man of Rohan was he. They hunted orcs in Theoden King's lands, but not at his command, says Eothine, the strict rule follower. Indeed, even Aemir, my captain, hunts orcs without leave of the king. Boy, everybody's breaking the rules. But he is the king's own kin and will rule in Rohan someday. I guess... Yeah, you've heard of the death of Theodred, so... Okay, sorry, I was just like, wait, hang on a second. Do they even know that Theodred's dead yet, Eothine? No, he would. Okay, I was gonna say, well, that would be a little previous by Eothine there. Theodred probably would not want to hear people say that. I mean, assuming he were still alive and everything. Okay, sorry, where was I? Rule in Rohan someday, that's where it was. These others made bold claims, but I do not know the truth of them. Aemir let them go, and they might seek their lost companions, but only on condition that they return and present themselves to the king at Edoras. This they swore to do, and being strict rule follower myself, I assume they're going to follow that rule. Okay. By the way, I think they're succeeding very well in imitating the diction of Rohirric dialogue. This is just how Eothane would talk. He spoke first as Strider. So what can you tell me of Aragorn here? He spoke first as Strider, and to that Eothine says this: "What kind of a man hides his true name? Eventually he gave it, and he gave it as Aragorn, son of Arathorn. So, too, did he claim to be heir of Isildur, and the son of Elendil of Gondor. He wielded artifacts from the distant past, but whether that truly was the sword that was broken, forged again, Eothine cannot say." Oh, what a wonderful... But it was. Says, I love the tags on the dialogue buttons at the bottom of these conversations. But it was. Anyway, that's a wonderful deployment of the third person. Whether it truly was, Eothine cannot say. Oh, that's excellent. See, notice the rhetorical effect of the shift into third person there is that it distances him from any accusation, right? If he said, I cannot say, then like he is pledging himself, like, he is speaking skepticism. But if he speaks it in the third person, right, as if like merely observing that the ignorance of Eothine is a fact on this subject, right, then it's less aggressive, right? That's very well done. What can you tell me of Legolas? An elf he was, as wild a creature as I have seen, seemingly sprung direct from tales told to children. Éomer gifted 2 horses to the travelers, and the elf needed no rein or saddle, though Erod's master was killed in battle, and he was not yet ready for a new rider. I have never seen anything like it. Good, yeah, that seems just what Legolas is skilled. Okay, yeah, well. That's just what a Rohirric captain would notice. What can you tell me of Gimli? The dwarf is fortunate my Captain Éomer knows the value of mercy. He spoke to the third marshal with great rudeness, and could take a lesson in manners from even an orc. Were Aragorn less well spoken, there might have been one fewer dwarf in the Riddermark. Eothine, so say you. Oh, Eothine has not forgiven Gimli his hard words. Though, that's actually, it's interesting to keep in mind. Remember when that lack of easy forgiveness of harsh speech is, again, very typical. Remember that both Gimli and Éomer actually in particular initiates it twice, remember? He approaches Gimli and points out that there are his own harsh speech about Galadriel lies between them still, right? So he approaches Gimli and asks for his pardon, right? And remember, that's when he invites him to ride with him. So anyway, I think that's a pretty remarkable thing for Éomer to do. But again, it's just to point out that they're picking up on a really important theme here, and that is, when you speak like that, when you speak harshly and challengingly, as Gimli does. I mean, what Gimli says to Éomer is very aggressive, and Aragorn really does have to talk swiftly in order to prevent combat, which is just about to happen in response to Gimli's words, which is what Gimli wanted, right? As soon as Éomer speaks slightingly of Galadriel, Gimli's ready. Right, I mean, he says what he says in order to incite combat. That was not just a sort of a threat, right? But anyway, it is a testimony to Éomer's own courtesy that he is the one to approach Gimli, to acknowledge that he himself was at fault. He doesn't have to do that, right? He could sort of rest on his dignity, especially since, as he himself says to Gimli, he speaks only as all men of his land speak, right? So he is in that sense not personally at fault for it, right? That is he's again, he's not done anything exactly wrong, but he acknowledges that he did injure, the feelings of Gimli, and that he takes responsibility for that, which again is not a given that he need have done. All right, what can you tell me of the Uruks? Éomer rode north without the king's leave to hunt these Uruks. Scouts had reported them coming down out of the east wall some days before, and we caught up with them at the very edge of Fangorn. They were thoroughly, utterly destroyed, and we saw no sign of the friends Aragorn and his companions sought. All right, Eothine. Thanks for your splendid dialogue. That was great. And by the way, my hat is kind of nicer than yours. I'm just saying, they almost match, but mine's a little nicer. Look at that. My cheek guards are more colorful than yours. I'm sorry. I shouldn't point this out. It's kind of rude to say that I have far more splendid Rohirric armor than you do. You're probably looking at me and who is this halfling in far more splendid armor of my people than I myself wear? So I'll stop making you feel adequate, mister. I'm twice as tall as me. And, oh, hi, sorry. Didn't mean to headbutt your midriff there, Éomer. That was rude. Okay, so, Ethelod was asking, does that imply there are already dwarves in the Riddermark? When he said there would be one fewer dwarf in the Riddermark. No, quite the contrary. There aren't any dwarves in the Riddermark. And so again, it's an indirect way. This is the thing that I'm most impressed by with Eothine's dialogue, is that they're picking up on a really important thing. Tom Shippey talks about this a lot, about how in heroic cultures, that is, cultures in which people are likely to hold grudges and swear vengeance and things like that, or reach for their axes when you insult the Lady Galadriel or whatever. You develop patterns of very polite speech. Shippey has pointed out on many occasions that, the Anglo-Saxons were extremely polite because, the person you're talking to could reach for their weapon and attempt to gut you with, if you weren't extremely polite. So they have lots of sort of circumlocutions, right? Like the way that he shifted to speaking of himself in the third person to distance himself a little bit more from the implied criticism and challenge that he was making there. So here, with the dwarf thing, right? He can't threaten death to Gimli himself, right? If he says, if Aragorn were not so well-spoken, then I would have killed Gimli the dwarf there and then. That's a death threat. That's serious business, right? That's something that, Gimli could come back to him with that, right? So by saying then there would be one fewer dwarf in Rohan, without specifying how many dwarves there were to begin with, right, or naming Gimli personally, you're not committing yourself to a personal death threat against Gimli, son of Glóin, right? So, yeah, exactly, Hologro. As Robert Heinlein said, an armed society is a polite society. Yeah, exactly. No, that's just it. That's just it. And as I say, I think that they did that really, really well in Eothine's dialogue there.
The 3 hunters lived when I left them.
Okay. No Uruks escaped the circle of my riders, but it is possible that your friends may have escaped before we closed in. It is a small chance, but it is what Aragorn hoped for, and perhaps his hope was more than hope, and there was truth in it. Well, Aragorn's hope, Aragorn's Estel is often good. Éomer makes a wry face. Perhaps, but Éomer's son put stock in cold steel and sunlight on the plains. Without some unlikely Dwemercraft, I fear the halfling friends Aragorn sought met a sad end. The 3 hunters, however, lived when I left them. Okay,
My men caught up with the Uruks just outside the eaves of Fangorn.
My men caught up with the Uruks just outside the eaves of Fangorn to the northwest. Their leader, a fierce Uruk whose name seemed to be Ugluk, if the panicked words of his fellows can be trusted, dismounted and fought me blade to blade. No, you mean you dismounted and fought him. He wasn't mounted. He wasn't the courteous one. You were the courteous one, Aemir. But, you know, hey, like, being generous, even to his enemies, the Orcs. I proved the better swordsman, to the pride of Aemond and the shame of whatever disgusting lout claimed sire Ugluk. Good sentence, Aemir. Like that. Ride to this site and look for signs of your missing friends or Aragorn and his 2 companions. If my men and I are still here when you return, you are welcome to ride south with us to Aedoras. All right. Okay. Excellent, Aemir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the interview. That was lovely. And we're off. We're off. Bye, Corridon. See you later. Keep Horn company. Don't let him throw himself in the river. I'll be back sometime soon. What's this? Oh. Already leveled up a legendary item? Good grief. All I did was talk to people.
Your aid is
Okay.
welcome,
Don't have
friend.
to reforge yet, though, do I? No. Okay, great. Just check. As long as they're right there, might as well check. Okay. All right. Ugluk State should sue for defamation. Oh, come on. I feel fairly confident that whoever sired Ugluk was a lout. That seems fair. Okay. Let's see. Hey. All right, there we go. Come, carry on. Ooh, hang on, carry on. Did I update you? Patience, huh? Ooh, reducing power costs. Yeah, let's do that. That's great. Can I get this one next? What's this? Survivability? When utilizing the Rohirrim discipline, there is a chance that the following skills will apply a damage-preventing bubble. Huh, okay. Sounds handy. Apply! Go! Level up, carry on. Yeah. Okay. Now, off we go with a newly leveled up horse. And... Ooh. I forgot about those little hope things there. Okay. Where am I going? Just wanted to look in advance. This is the Woldfen, where I've already been, and this is where the drakes were. So we are headed up to Thornhope and thence to the eaves of Fangorn. How exciting is that? Okay. Whoa, whoa. Hang on. Haven't steered a warhorse in some time. All right. Okay. Hi, everybody. Now that I'm done conversing with Aemir and Eothine, then I can talk a little bit more. So, we're gonna. Good grief. What's this quest that just popped up? Reaving Bert sent you to earn the fate of Thornhope. Yeah, I remember. And I have found mounted orcs. Oh, I should defeat some. Okay. I see. Fine. Where? Right here? Whoa, everywhere. Okay. Right, as the text was just informing me. Okay, fine. We'll do that on the way. Okay. So, how's everybody been? It has indeed been a long time since I've been able to be here. I have had a very busy time. I have been... where have I been? Everywhere. I've been I did this since Texmoot, right? Pretty sure I did. But I was in California, right? We had SoCal Moot, which was so much fun. I want to tell you guys about the thing we did at SoCal Moot, which was really awesome. So at SoCal Moot, the theme was adaptation, right? So here's what we did: we took the whole room full of people, and we split up into 3 groups. And the 3 groups, I led one of the group discussions, and Dave Kale from the Some Film Project led the other. And then the third one was led by Alan Sisto of the Prancing Pony podcast, who lives in the area out there and came to the Moot, which was great. So we all did different adaptations. We basically, it was sort of a working moot. Instead of just listening to people give presentations, we came up with things ourselves. We did our own work and our own creative work in thinking about adaptation, because my sort of premise is that when you actually work creatively on an adaptation, when you think about how an adaptation would work yourself, it really compels you to engage with the text in ways that you never really have before, and it's super fun. So I gave people, I gave the groups, sort of some choices and suggestions. They could make their own choices too, of passages that they could, to describe scenes. Wait, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. I hate doing this on inclines. Anyway, so Alan's group chose to do the Healing of Theoden by Gandalf to see if they could do better than the the exorcism scene from the Peter Jackson films. And their product was beautiful. I mean, we didn't get to see it, of course. They didn't film it or anything, but they described it, and they planned it out like camera angle by camera angle. It was really, really cool. I love what they came up with there, and the way that they depicted Theoden's character in particular. They also did a really good job of giving Éowyn a role. They sort of emphasized her role without without actually deviating from the text. Like they didn't change anything in the text, and yet they managed to increase Éowyn's role. Nevertheless, that was really, really well done. Anyway, so that was really fun. Dave Kale's group decided to tackle Tom Bombadil, to think about, what would a screen adaptation of Tom Bombadil, which has never happened, of course, what would that look like? And so they planned a whole episode, like a bottle episode, essentially, of the TV series. The bits when Frodo and the others visit Tom Bombadil. And anyway, so that was really fun, thinking about Tom Bombadil, and they decided that everyone would sing for the entire episode. Not like without music. They would be more like chanting. Like it wasn't going to be like a whole musical episode like that famous Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode. It wasn't going to be like that. It was going to be but like all of the dialogue would be done like in verse and in chant. So they'd all be singing, but again, not like a Broadway musical. Anyway, really cool stuff that they were emphasizing, and they were trying to show some growth in the Hobbit's characters between the different rescues by Tom Bombadil, which I thought was a really interesting way to kind of make the Tom Bombadil stuff a little bit more linear without all right, did it. Without making without getting away from the fact that being in Tom Bombadil's country is still like, being in a fairy otherworld and detached from the rest of the story in that way. Yes, the Once More with Feeling episode. Thank you, Phil. That was just incredibly spectacular. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. I can see why we haven't heard from Thornhope in a while. Oops. Good thing that you're obeying the king and not, defending your countryside. Okay. Better dismount. No, wait, hang on a second. I think I've missed my my contact. Let me do that before I do anything rash. Excuse me. Looking for... There you are. Oh, it's the Thane! Outstanding in the field. Is it... Oh, I thought you were standing over the corpse of somebody. What are we looking for? What's up there? Something up in the tree? Are you just expostulating with yourself? Here, hang on. How about I stand in front of you? So then at least it looks like you're talking to me. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know either. I really like your oak leaf symbol, though. Yeah, that's really cool. I don't know, man. I can't explain it either. I can't explain it either. What can I do?
Will you aid the horse lords?
He seems disoriented and more than half mad. His garments are torn and bloody. Oh, man. What? Who? What ho?
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Be silent, they will hear. The forest is watching. The trees have eyes. It's the trees you're afraid of? The orcs just destroyed your city, man. Deep, deep eyes full of sorrow. If we are not careful, it will come. What, the sorrow? The trees? The forest? No. No. I've seen trees with eyes. These don't seem to be among them. Look for the eyes he saw. Oh, up in Fangorn. Okay. Okay, man. I think you're burying the lead. You were the Thane, and your town was destroyed. Any information you can give about this? Isn't there somebody around here? Oh man, yeah. Like because you guys see, some of you guys are still talking about that Buffy episode I referred to. It's iconic, but it was amazing. It was amazing because when I was watching Buffy, I binged Buffy a little while back. When I was several years ago, when I was watching, I had no idea it was coming. Yeah, I mean it's really famous, of course, among Buffy fans, but I had no idea it was coming. So it just kind of burst on me out of absolutely nowhere, and I was like, it was absolutely hilarious. I was like cracking up laughing the entire time. It was amazing. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you about the adaptation that we did, but I feel like I should find somebody to give me some Thornhope-based quests first, but I guess maybe I have to find the eyes in the trees first? Is there... My response after talking to the Thane of Thornhope over there is there anyone else around here I can talk to? Okay, so now I just pursue this, so I would just pay no attention to Thornhope, despite the fact that there might be people who might still need rescuing. Okay, well, they'll keep, I guess. Hope. All right. Okay, whoop, hang on. Put on your hat. I've already done all of my 10 mounted folks, so I'm going to put on my hat of stealth. Ooh, what's that over there? Hang on. Is that a tower? What is that? Is that a... Oh, that's not in the middle of Fangorn. It's down by the river. What is that? Is that an old Gondorian structure? And was there something up on this hill? Oh no, there is something up on this hill. Yes, it's the Orc camp. Hooray! Oh, well, they chose a defensible position, especially against cavalry, for crying out loud. Good on you, Ugluk. I mean, you know, like you're horrible, but not stupid. Not stupid. Okay, this is the Great Burning. Oh, but it wasn't very thorough. Still lots of orc corpses. I would have expected more bones. Fewer meaty corpses in the middle of the ashes. But it's okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize you guys would be here too. Oh, of course you guys are going to be here because this is where we were headed the whole time. Hey, thanks guys for standing on either side of the hill, so I'm almost your height, standing in the middle with you. What do you think, Corridon?
Gruesome.
Gruesome. Agreed.
I fear Aylmer may have been too thorough.
Okay. Amir performed his duty admirably. If your halfling friends were here, they could not have escaped the battle or the burning afterward. Well, what do we think here? Hello? Hey, whoa. Oh. Hi, Mr. Corpse? Oh, it's Ugluk! Well, no, it's not. Why has he got his head? You stare at defeated Ugluk and wonder if Boromir rests comfortably from wherever it is he watches now that the leader of the band that set upon him is no more. That is a really cool connection to make. Oh. Hang on. Confused footprints. Yeah, didn't they put Ugluk's head on a spike? Am I misremembering that? Great deal of footprints in the chaos that seemed to go nowhere. Okay. How about these? Do these also go nowhere? Do I have to click on them again? I think I do. Okay. No. These also go nowhere. Hello. Footprints that go somewhere. I can't even find the... Oh, wait, hang on. I can't even find the footprints of Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas. Some of which lead northwest. Hey, that's something. Oh, hang on. Hey, Corridon, found some footprints that lead northwest.
What does Horn think? Will he dare the forest of Fangorn?
Ah, they led towards Fangorn. They are likely not those of the halflings, for Éomer was certain no one left the site of the battle without his knowledge. They may then be the tracks of Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli. Good. Well, I was going to say they would be certainly easier for us to track, having less tracking skill than Aragorn. What does Horn think? You will go gladly. Oh, good. Okay, Horn, what do you think?
I see how Corridon looks at me. He thinks I fear to go into Fangorn.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, no harm. He looks at you with his piercing gray eyes. I went into another ill-omened wood with you not long ago, Gryfflet, do you remember? There I took a grievous wound, an injury from which I will never recover, nor would I wish to heal that hurt. I will follow you into Fangorn. What can be done to me that I should fear? Excellent. Horn being emo and
cannot help our
high
friends
style.
directly.
My father
Let us
told
help
me
them
his men had
indirectly.
heard orc axes beneath the eaves of Fangorn. There must be a camp of the creatures somewhere to the north of here among the trees. That is the way the tracks go. Defeat orcs beneath the eaves of Fangorn? Really, that seems gutsy of them. We should go to this camp of orcs and slay them. Okay. While we do, let us keep our eyes open for your friends. Okay. Orcs beneath the eaves. Great. Okay, so we're headed northwest or north, or in fact due east. Apparently. Oh no, that's where I'm supposed to see. Hang on. Let me go see if I can see eyes in the trees, guys. Hang on. I'll be right back, Horn and Corodon. Gotta look for eyes in trees. Which is not as surprising as you might think, though it being further away from Fangorn than I was is a little on the surprising side. Oh, this is a good place to look for the eyes. Seriously, there's no trees around here. Okay, we're looking. I see nothing but trees without eyes. Okay. All right, well, before I go into the Eves of Fangorn, I'd really quite like to succor the survivors, if any, of Thornhope. So I'm going to go back to Bjorknoth. Aha! I thought I remembered that. Upon a stake in the middle was set a great goblin head. Yes, I thought I remembered that. That is an unusual thing. That is a kind of detail that the Lotro developers rarely miss. I'm not trying to be a nitpicker. I mean, like, nobody likes a nitpicker who is just like, oh, you did this wrong. But I was just surprised by it because I have again and again and again found that Lotro doesn't make mistakes like that. So that is very unusual. Okay, Bjorknoth.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You saw the eyes while the tree was carrying me. Okay. Trees cannot walk, can they? Oh, everybody brings that up, Bjorknoth. That's beneath you. Was it a dream? I was sure its name was Blackthorn. I'm sure you're right, man. No reason to think you weren't right. So you were rescued by an Ent from the town? That's cool. Dreams of fire and giants, but not fire giants. Nay, I am sure it was called Blackthorn. I thought it was an orc, but it listened to my tale and vowed to help me. Great. Hey, you're in luck. Nay, that cannot be right. My injury. It must be worse than I thought. So addled am I that I have forgotten my people. Great, let's not forget your people. Will you enter the village and search for other survivors? I am Thane now, for I am sure I saw my father die. Oh dear. Indeed, by the hand of an Uruk, I am certain, but there's nothing left of Thornhope. Oh man. I will absolutely look for survivors. I was hoping someone would ask me that.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
My mind is clearing somewhat, Gryfflet, but its only thought now is revenge. I faced a great Uruk beside my father, and my last memory of the encounter is the creature striking down the Thane. If, while you are searching the ruins, you find yourself face to face with its Uruk, Burzthrong. Okay, by name. Strike him down and bring peace to my father's memory. This is Mazog's legacy? Really? Mazog from
Our
Moria?
success depends upon our strength.
Really?
Will you aid us?
It must be there still. The orcs may have taken it, or the tree when it took me. Wait, what is it? The sword of your father's? But I think not. It was hidden well, and they would have to dig deep to find it, I am sure. What? Helvorlim! My family's heirloom sword, of course. It is the token of my birthright. I am not yet strong enough to fight the orcs. Will you enter Thornhope and search for Helvorlim? I will make it worth your while. Okay. Happy to do so, man. My only reward is that ancestral swords have been returned to their proper orders. Okay. Great. Oh, finally, a set of Thornhope quests. Just what I wanted. And I'm supposed to find survivors, and I'm supposed to defeat the Burzthrong, and I'm supposed to find the sword. So I do not, as yet, have any kill X number of orc quests, so I can sneak by everybody that I want to. Okay. Oops. Or not. Every orc bears a... Oh, look at this. What do I have here? Burn the corpses. Okay. And... Hi there! Oh! Who's your daddy? Corpses are being defiled by the enemy? Okay. You should defeat some orcs. Well, I thought it was too good to be true. Okay. I'm sure I will defeat, 5 more orcs in the natural course of doing the things I need to do here. Okay. White Hand warriors and Moria warriors, huh? Well, who's this guy? Oh, it's a corpse. Okay. Found a survivor. Where? Where did I find a survivor? I found as a corpse. Hi. Oh, I didn't one-shot you. Oh, I didn't know he was going to just turn around and come back. Hang on, Mr. Orc guy. I gotta... While scouring Thornhope for survivors, you discovered goblins from Moria pressed into the service of Mordor and the White Hand. You should defeat some of the goblins. Right, of course that tracks with the story of Ugluk and Chapter 3 of the Two Towers. Chapter 3 of Book 3, I should say. Okay. Yeah, I doubt these walking trees are going to need me to defend them. Oh, there was another guy fighting me from behind. How sneaky of you, man. That was unexpected. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to burn this corpse. Where's the survivor I found? Didn't it? Huh. Well. Alright. Got some corpses over here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a captain. Guess I'm going to have to off you, man. Okay. There we go. Now I can burn the corpses in the water. While still in the water. What am I using? Greek fire on these corpses? Okay. It's all good. Oh, and there's another guy over there with a quest ring. What's your quest? Eye and hand coordination. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry, as you can hear, I'm still dealing with some of the delightful respiratory after effects of the flu that I got before I went to California. Was almost entirely recovered from the flu by the time I went, but not wholly. I was still coughing. Oops. While searching for survivors, you discovered both Uruk High of the Isengard and Black Uruks of Mordor. You should defeat a number of the Uruks. Okay. Okay, so I'm supposed to defeat Moria Orcs and like Uruk High and Uruks, and so 6 of each of them. So certainly my hopes of not having any slay a bunch of Orcs quests come to nothing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, there's a guy there. Again, let's just see what happens in the natural course of things. I'm going to have to go in through this door. Oh, sorry, I want to search this house for survivors. So I'm going to have to take care of you. Maybe I should actually target you first. Oh, well, I've got a good view of your midriff here, Mr. Orc. And if that's the eye, would you stand still? Who is jumping up and down, running about in dancing behavior? I can't see your... I think it was the eye. It's locked after all that. Okay, all that. I only had to fight the one orc, but still. Oh man, I should burn the corpse of the horse too. He's eating the horse? That's horrible. Oh. Hi, survivor. Waddell. While searching Thornhope for survivors, you discovered a man aggrieved by the loss of his family. Yeah, no doubt. Come on, Waddell. I'll help you to safety.
I hope we will find aid in time.
Why will they not kill me as well? You managed to convince Waddell that his family would wish him to live and that he should seek safety when you next distract the orcs. I will live if only to have my revenge upon the beasts. That's not ideal, man, but I get it. I do. So he's just gonna go? I don't have to walk him out? Okay. Alright. Let's see. I'll keep going around town here. No sense in eating a dead horse. Okay. Alright. Hey there. Excuse me, everybody. Oh! Leofron. Hey, Leofron. It's okay. Good job hiding, man. A young frightened child hiding near a burnt tree. Trying to click on you, man, but you're really well hidden in the bushes. Wait, there you are.
My friend's papa never came home from the war.
Okay, you tell the girl to run when you are next distract the orcs. Okay, well, I'm just gonna. All right, I thought I really assumed I would have to escort folks out. I mean, I shouldn't complain, as Gryfflet is horrible at escort quests, but okay. All right, so I found another one, Leofron. Let's hope she makes it. I can't even get into this burned out house. Okay. Nobody skulking in there. Excuse me, Orc High Captain. Trying to get past you. Look. Didn't have to go down this way, man. It just didn't. Yes! Bill Stickers. Bill Stickers 2020. It is exactly the right place to ask me a lore question. Sorry, I'm like distracted by rescuing the people of Thornhope. Here, or attempting to rescue the people. Okay, no, those are they're just guarding the perimeter. But yeah, see, Phil there will write it down for me. Hey there, Mathilde. Happy to help.
Will you aid the horse lords?
It has taken you long enough. Okay. All right. Kind of rude, but I won't judge. You've had a hard day. You're not afraid to use that skillet. Just don't use it on me. Escort quests are game developers' way of getting revenge on customers. I hear that. Hi, Moria warriors. I'm just gonna sneak up and open this door. Or not, I guess. Hi. So, who am I even targeting? Okay. Alright, fine. We'll do this the hard way. The really hard way if you're going to be disarming me. Okay. Oh no. Is our noble hero going to be defeated by these orcs? who are guarding this locked door. So I guess all the doors are probably locked. So I should probably stop attempting to open them unless I'm explicitly instructed to do so. Aha! Okay. That is a great lore question, Bill Stickers. I see that. Question about Gandalf's nudity. I will... Okay. Here's Boorstrong. So let's see what we need to do here. Hang on. Got another survivor over here. Frana. Good to see ya. An uncomfortable noble. No problem.
You did very well.
I cleared a path. Well, sort of. Yeah, I did kill a bunch of them. But yeah, you get out, man. Okay. All right. See, here's the thing. The idea of like a foppish noble would be very like a noble. To be a noble means by definition to be a warrior. Like that's what it meant to be a noble in a society like Rohan. So the idea of a nobleman who is just a rich dude, like a gentryman, you know, who doesn't fight, really wouldn't exist. All right, so I think I'm gonna see if I can. Let's see. Hey, look, I'm gonna do my let's do something burglarious, like that, and then let's sneak up behind him and do this. Wow. Can I do that without aggroing anybody else? Looks like I did. Ooh. Ho ho! Stealth myself just in time, Mr. White Hand Warrior. Walking through. I think I'm going to have to get you on the way back. Because you're going to turn around in just a second. Presumably. And then, unless you're orbiting. Are you orbiting? And I'll watch you on the mini-map for a second. No, you're sticking to the road, and here you come back. Okay. Thought so. Because I don't want you coming back in the middle of a boss fight, man. That's just annoying. Ooh, Gryfflet's almost level 83. Okay. There we go. Pipe down, Mr. Wandering Uruk. I still need a couple more goblins. Fortunately, there's a couple here. Let me see if I can do this without aggroing the boss. And burn the corpses without him noticing. Okay, this is going splendidly so far. Hi there, Uruk High Captain. I'm just gonna reveal your weaknesses and then get some positional damage on you. Oh, and you immediately disarm me. Who are you less than, according to your helmet? One of those Uruks who proudly wears the less than sign on his helmet. Oop, sorry. Hey, look, there's a Moria archer right there. Might as well. Oh, man, he spotted me just before I got him. Okay. All right, and I think that just leaves the boss. right. Reveal weaknesses. Purge corruptions, huh? Okay. I've never really tried tripping anybody before. Okay. Boar's Throng. So, are you related to Mazag? I was hoping for some, like, maniacal dialogue from you. Maybe I'll still get it before you die, or not. Yes, boss fight. That's the way to level up. And he was the 6th Uruk I needed. Oh, man, that was... that was climactic. Okay. Anybody, any enemies in here? No, not really, huh? I'm just going to open some ornate coffers. Nope. No sword. He didn't cunningly hide it inside an unlocked box? Nope. Not here either. I see. They just made a bunch of identical ornate boxes so that it would take the orcs too long to guess which one it was in. It's kind of like having a, you know, a double of the king on the battlefield, except not. Not exactly like that. Not really nearly as effective. This tactic assumes a quite low attention span on the part of the orcs collectively. Oh, found it. It was cunningly hidden. I can see why nobody came up with that. So there are no survivors in here, huh? It's a little disappointing. Okay. I still need 2 goblins. Let's see, hang on a second. Let me go to my quests. I've accumulated bunches. Okay, right, so I complete those are the survivor quests, Mazog's Legacy. Still need 2 goblins. Still need 4 survivors. Let me select that one. Okay, 2 goblins, 3 corpses, 4 survivors, and we're done. Got it. All right. Re-stealthing. Let's see. I can always pick off goblins up near the gates. If I... Oh, there's another survivor. Did they have to be alive to count? I guess by definition they sort of do. Oh, you're just wounded. While scouring the ruins of Thornhope, you discover a wounded soldier. Okay, man.
What brings you to these lands?
Aid has come. That's right. Good. You'd limp your way towards the gate, man. Wait, is somebody shooting me? What's going on here? Hi. Well, there. Kind of needed to kill you anyway, unless you don't count. Don't you count? Did I lose the... Yes, I did. Oh, no, the Moria archers don't count. How vexing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, this is where I came in, but I think... Let me go up the hill, and then I think there's places on the other side of the little pond there that I didn't get to. Oh. Where is he? Oh, there she is. Hi. Come on, I'm coming. You were hidden. I didn't see you behind that when I walked past before. A devastated mother. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm sorry, lady.
I hope we will find aid in time.
I'm not sure she even heard me. Oh, man. I'm sorry. It's horrible. This makes me think, okay, hang on a second. I was over there when I found my first survivor, and the number just went past and nothing else happened. So I think that means hidden behind this house, there must be somebody that got close enough to trigger the quest, but I didn't click on them. Where's the person? Oh, is this is where the wounded soldier was? Was that the guy that I detected from down here? Why is there still a quest ring where the soldier used to be? I don't know. But okay. All right. All right. Okay, so still have one more survivor. Oh, come on. Oh, sure. A threesome, huh? Honestly. Don't you guys have anything better to do than to be ruthlessly cut down by a halfling? I would have thought so, but... Alright, let that be a lesson to you guys. Don't you know I'm level 83 now? Okay. There's another up the hill. Oh. Okay, hang on. I found a survivor, but I don't know where. My, hobbit senses tell me that... But this is where I found the first survivor. Yeah, I'm seeing the ring. At first I thought that ring was where the... No, this ring... Yeah, this ring is for the lady I just talked to. Yeah, the rings keep bringing me back to the people I've already met. Huh. Okay, so there's at least 2 survivors that I seem to have triggered, but I never actually talked to anyone. I mean, in theory, if I've rescued 10 folks, I should have 10 of those talk to them at Bjorgnoth's camp quests, right? Okay, there's only 7 quests that correspond to survivors. So the others are just like phantom survivors. Let me see here. Hang on. Let me go back to the quests here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and I've only got 6. I am still missing 1. How perplexing. Zalarod says, guess they died. What? You mean like the walking tree? Just go ahead and say it. Alright, hang on. Well, here are the rest of those corpses I need. Alright. Oh, it is only 6. Okay, how many? Alright, great. I can finish off my corpse count here. Alright. And then I think, I still need, yeah, I still need 2, and you 2 will do the trick. Okay. Oh man, he spotted me before I could stab him. Oh, and now he's running away? Dude, you can't even breathe over there. What are you doing? Seriously? I'll just throw knives at you, I guess. Oh! Oh, that was so satisfying. One knife throw and wham. Splurge. Okay. That was awesome. Okay. That was the best knife throw I've ever done. Okay, so I think I've got mother, child, father, servant, soldier, noble. All right, I think I've got them all. Man, I'm collecting Thornhope survivors like Pokemon here. Okay. Okay. I think I killed everybody I was supposed to kill and saved everybody I was supposed to save and found everything I was supposed to find. Hey, everybody made it. Hey, even Agella made it out.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Eorpwald.
The Rohirrim have need of your
Guess
services.
you're captain of the guard now, Eorpwald. You're the only other soldier alive. You didn't have time to properly thank me for my assistance. Hey, no problem. The affront against my Thane and my people is unforgivable. Many died, men, women, children, young and old alike, butchered by the Orcs. There were 3 of the creatures in particular that I would see slaughtered where they stand. They deserve no less. These 3, Bidroy, Grish, and Rukaz, murdered Thane Wulfrad's family and would have slain Bjorknoth as well had the giant not come and saved him. Aye, Bjorknoth is not as mad as he seems. Okay. Alright, hey there, Waddell.
What brings you to these lands?
By living, I may be avenged for the deaths of my family. Okay, let's see, what can I
Our
do?
success depends
You
upon
brought
our
me out of a
strength.
pit of pity and
Will you aid
despair,
us?
and for that I thank you, but while I no longer desire death, I do desire vengeance. Do you know what it is like to see your wife and children brutalized and murdered before you, and there is nothing you can do to stop it? I do. The Orcs did just that, and when they were done, I begged for death myself, only the creature that led the band, an Orc called Matumkar, would not allow them to grant me my wish. I was allowed to bury what remained of my children, but my wife I never saw again. Gryfflet, if naught else comes of this horror, I ask only one thing. See to it that Matumkar perishes in Thornhope. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of, like, personal vendettas to go back and carry out. That's fine. Leofrun,
Are the orcs going to eat us?
you are safe now.
Please.
You are.
I need your help.
I cannot find Mama and Papa. I want my doll, Bota. I lost her when I hid from the monsters. Okay, find your doll. I
Our
can't
hope
bring your
lies in
parents back,
strength,
but I can find your
but the
doll.
servants of the enemy are everywhere.
Wow, she got a... For somebody who can't talk, she got a really long opening speech
Shadows
there.
lie along our path. We must seek to dispel them at all cost.
Okay. Okay, she's extremely articulate in not saying anything. She weeps for her loss as a husband and a daughter and son. Perhaps there were some remnants of their belongings. Okay. I'll try to bring you some keepsakes of your family. Mathilde?
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Thane Bjorknoth was always kind to me. Now he is all but mad. Don't worry, I'm working on that, Mathilde.
The Rohirrim are
Thane
grateful for your
Wolfrod
aid.
was a good man and a good master. His son likewise has a good heart and wishes nothing but peace for his people, what remain of them. However, his heart is burdened by his own losses. Perhaps you will help ease his pain by finding any valuables that yet remain. Okay. All right. Wolfrod's coffer, Wolfrod's seal, and Wolfrod's ring from Wolfrod's treasure box. Okay, boy, these orcs are really bad at looting.
We must
Really
stand
bad.
by while the
They need to
minions
take
of
like a
Orthanc
remedial
spread their
looting
influence.
course, clearly. I suppose I should be grateful for your assistance, but you have delivered me into the hands of a madman. I shall not call Bjorknoth Thane, not until he finds me a comfortable home in which to dwell. See, like, this is exactly the kind of
Cannot
noble we
wait for
just
the
did not
darkness to
have.
abate.
This is
Rohan
insufferable!
must
My
rally.
dear cousin Bjorknoth is hardly in a position to lead our people, what remains of them. He persists in the belief that we should stay and fight for this ruin. Well, I will not suffer this discomfort any longer. Surely some few comforts of mine survived. Go into Thornhope and bring me whatever comforts you can salvage. Or scavenge. I simply refuse to sleep upon this hard ground for one more night. Oh, aren't you a treat? All right, Bjorknoth. Let's see. Let's start with Mazog's legacy.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Yep, no problem. Took the vengeance there. I honored the dead.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I know burning isn't the way of your people. But, you know, I did do the best I could, man.
What brings you to these lands?
You are not alone. We will drive forth the orcs and rebuild Thornhope. Okay, let's do that.
What brings you to these lands?
I have found Helverlim. Absolutely. Bring your vengeance down, man. Okay, what say you?
The
It is
Rohirrim will
intolerable.
need your
My
aid.
people have been all but destroyed by the orcs, and now we must resort to burning their bodies to prevent their defilement. Let the orcs burn as well, then. Will you join us as we take our revenge upon the orcs? Together we will drive them forth from Thornhope and into ruin. Yeah. Tell you what, though. Let me do these other quests first, Bjorknoth, and then I'll come back and we'll do that, okay? All right. So let's see. Now I'm finding stuff. So let me go back to where I found all the people. Okay, here's the mementos for Agela. The boy's blanket. Well, I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to kill you again, but it is what it is, man. What are you wearing? Is it scale mail? What's on your chest? Is that a symbol? Looks like a corrupted fleur-de-lis. I guess that's just like a sort of a shield over his breast and not... At first I thought it might be mountains or something, but... Oh, Gryfflet. I was just going to look at his loincloth next. Alright, there's the blanket. There's the girl's dress. Here's the husband's sickle. Not the most romantic memento, but... Okay. Alright, and now for this guy, I needed to kill Matamuz. Whatever his name was. Oh, there he is. He was chasing me, but I'm going to loop around. More fodder from the lads. Oh no, you see me, do you? Okay. Alright, no, Matumkar. That's your name. God, I got your name right. Matumkar. Before I finished killing you. Okay. So his stuff is done. Let me come over here and look for the kid's doll. Wait. There it is. This must have been Leofron's house. Hi, Bolta. I am here to rescue you. Okay. Excellent. And it was done without bloodshed, which is nice. Okay. Let me... Oh, no, it can't get up that way. Have to go around. No, wait. Oh, no, that's the doll. Darn it! Okay. I assume the bubble is a corruption that could be removed. You're right. I should try to remember to do that. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Back up around. No survivors over there. Oh, and here's the comforts of the irritating nobleman. Gryfflet, there's a corner there. You just go around the corner. So his robe is probably in the area as well. There we are. Okay, what was the servant looking for? She was the one who wanted me to... Oh, let's see. Treasures of the Master, yeah. Okay. I've got to kill you again? Because I would draw his aggro as soon as I open the door. Okay, no problem. Oh, seriously? I'm just leaving you guys. Forget it. Okay. Wolfrod's treasure box. I can see why they didn't loot this. It is cunningly concealed. Okay. Wolfrod's seal. Just lying on the table. But they might not have thought that particularly valuable. Wolfrod's coffer. Oh, I just collected it, huh? Okay, and that's it. All the things, yeah, I think so. Okay, so all I need now is Grish, Bidroy, and Rukaz. And... and then accompanying Thane Bjorknoth. Right. Okay. Okay. See if I can find these last three. Oh, I meant to remove... Did I remove his corruption? Maybe I did. Did everybody resume their places? They did. How thoughtful. Oh, but I didn't re-stealth. I had just re-stealthed. Oh, well. No, we're all standing here very quietly. Moria warrior is being extremely patient. Uncommonly so, really. Who was it who... wanted me to get the revenge? Presumably that... Quick! Oh, darn it. Yeah, apparently going through a portal removes my stealth. Yeah, I just noticed that. Okay. Alright. Almost done here in Thorn. Oh, I see you. Bidroy. Okay. Let's see. So as soon as I'm finished with these, then I can go on the... Okay, now where's your other two friends? The other two show up? I'm looking for... Have you seen Grish? Or... Rukaz. Rukaz and Grish. I'm looking for, guys. If anybody could direct me to those two, I'd appreciate it. You guys know? No, you haven't seen him either? Oh, I see him. Hang on. Hang on. There's Grish. Okay. I think that Grish is a Grishnok wannabe. That's basically his problem. Well, I mean, no, his problem is that I'm about to skewer him like a kebab. But prior to that, his problem had been obvious Grishnok envy. Can I just target the orc I'm actually fighting, please? Is that too much to ask? Alright. So that's two. Now, where is Rukaz? Rukaz, anybody? Oh man, he's way over there. Excuse me, Slowpoke. Boy, I can stealth faster than you can. Than you. I guess. What are you doing? Patrolling, technically. All right, is Rukaz over here? Anybody seen him? Yeah, Rukaz. I think he's gonna be. Maybe an Urukai. Is that you? No, just a generic captain. Oh, no, getting warm. Is he over here? The map tells me that he's right here. Boy, my quest rings have not been exceptionally reliable over here. Rukaz, hello. Maybe you're hiding in the pond. Oh, you were hiding in the pond. I like we're kind of dueling here on a little island. Like, makes me feel very Sir Tristram. Yeah. I'm just gonna stun you there a little bit, if that's okay. After this, I'm gonna take part in an offensive to drive all of the orcs out. That's the plan. Okay. Great. My goodness, look at all the things. Oh, I'm ally of Entwash Vale now. That's excellent. Which deed did I complete? Oh yeah, that one. Okay, good, good. Oh. Oh boy, gotta reforge all kinds of things now. No problem. And kindred. Okay. Gotta get that kindred status. Okay. Heading back to Beardnoth. All right. Hey, Pine Leaf. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, everybody. I think I completed all your errands. Those 3 orcs were hard to find, dude, but I got them. You're welcome. And killed that guy too, Waddell.
The horse lords.
No problem. Here's some stuff from your family, Agila.
Time is short, and so is hope.
Hey, see, now that's an appropriate one. Agila sobs, but pauses her weeping long enough to take her family's belongings. She looks at you in surprise. Thank you, stranger. These belong to my husband and children. Hey, you're welcome. Maybe you could take care of Leofrun here.
I'm afraid to go out at night.
Leofrun clutches the doll to her breast. Hey, no problem. Do I think I can find your mama and papa? Well, I haven't found them yet. Hey, Mathilde.
Welcome, my friend.
I'll present these to the Thane. Hey, good job, Mathilde. You're a good egg. You, on the other hand, are not a good egg.
We keep safe these lands. For how long?
These trifles must do. I brought you another thing. Okay. All right, Beardnoth. Here, let me give you these treasures.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
After a moment, his eyes focus and he sees your gift. You say Mathilde asked you to bring these to me? She was always a good girl, sweet of disposition. I will treasure these as the last heirlooms of the House of Thornhope. There's probably a bunch of other stuff because they were really unthorough in their looting. Let us away! Off we go!
Ruin! Rack and ruin! These Orcs and Uruks have brought ruin to my home, and I will bring ruin to them. If it were
You,
not for
me,
that
and
tree,
Waddell, huh?
or was it a giant? A giant tree? No matter! If it had not saved me, I would not be alive to take my revenge.
It's okay. It's just, it was an ent. It was cool. I mean, your symbol is an oak leaf, man. Nobody else, huh? Just the 3 of us? It's okay. We shall teach them to fear the 3 of us. Let us bring death and ruin to the destroyers. Okay.
I hope we will find aid in time.
Justice! Death to orcs! Ooh! Little knockback from Thane Beardnoth there. That was cool. Boy, Waddell has a lot of hit points for, like, a farmer. We got him, guys. Oop. we're going back this way. Thought we might be going up the other way. Okay, got some Urukai here. So while we do this, I will tell you the rest of my story. So I'll tell you what my group at SoCal Moot talked about, because it was really fun. So the passage that we chose that we wanted to do an adaptation of was the death scene of Saruman at Bag End, right? But see, this led us to a discussion of the Scouring of the Shire, which of course has never yet been adapted. And we decided that we really kind of wanted to set this up a little bit more. So what we did was we ended up planning out an entire like Mandalorian style miniseries, which is designed to take place in the Shire as soon, like basically from the time when Frodo and the other orcs, fighting orcs, the other hobbits depart, right? So basically the morning after. The first scene of the show is Lotho and Lobelia having breakfast in Bag End on their first day there, right? Anyway, so the purpose of the show was to basically try to understand better the whole, not the scouring of the Shire, but how it gets to where it does. So our primary, we decided that the protagonist of the show was going to be Lotho Pimple. And we decided that Lotho was going to be an idealist. He was going to be this. Who are you? Trump? Stop throwing axes at people. Do you have any idea how annoying that is? So we were going to make him an idealist and a dreamer, a visionary with big ideas for the Shire, which were not at first bad ideas, right? So we wanted to show Lotho's fall, in other words. So we had him, basically his weakness, Lotho's weakness, was that he was increasingly willing as the show went on, as the series went on, to sacrifice means for ends, right? So we showed like his moving from like his very first move was security, because of course the timing of this coincides fairly soon with the departure of the Rangers. So there is actual danger, more increased danger around the bounds that the Shire needed protection from. So, and the rest of the Shire didn't see it, right? So he had to like expand the sheriffs, and this was really necessary, and in fact good, and helped him protected people. But there is this other villainous sort of big picture antagonist in the series, who is the emissary from Isengard, who is working alongside Lotho and participating very significantly in his temptation and corruption. And we decided, of course, it should be the squinty-eyed southerner from Bree, but we needed a name for him, so we called him Quinn. S. Quinn is going to be this guy's name. So Quinn is working along with Lotho, but see, he, unlike Lotho, is obviously he doesn't care anything about the Shire. So he is no visionary or dreamer, but a pragmatist. So what he does, of course, the stories of the invasion of the Black Riders in Buckland was like all over the place, especially since obviously Gaffer Gamgee has like not been has told the story about, the black chap he spoke to at his door like 500 times down at the Ivy Bush. So, so what Quinn does, there are attacks. There are sightings and then attacks by Black Riders. and this, of course, creates an atmosphere of fear and terror in the Shire. Of course, they're faked, right? Quinn fakes them because it doesn't really take much, just like a guy in a black cloak, and that pretty much fits the bill as far as all the rest of the inhabitants of the Shire are concerned. So he fakes these, and so this creates the atmosphere of fear, in which, of course, Lotho's appeals to increase security and boost the number of sheriffs is like very enthusiastically received. Then, of course, after this, the next step for Lotho is the gatherers and sharers. It is over. This is where your family perished. We're too close to give up. Come on, Waddell. Okay. Anyway, anyway, so the next comes the gathering and sharing, and again, this is all part of Lotho's largely socialistic ethic, by which, part of his vision for, the brighter future for the Shire. And of course, we wanted to have at the beginning the gathering and sharing, of course, actually works. It's we have, many of the poor bodies in the Shire actually have more than they had before, and Lotho's popularity really reaches its peak at this early stage in the gathering and sharing. Okay, now we're gonna come up here. Great. Anyway, but of course Quinn the whole time is encouraging him, and he's of course the captain of the men, the human thugs, who are doing all of the physical labor, right, to help the Shire, and they're doing a lot of physical work, building new things, and setting the Shire on its new footing. But obviously Quinn has his own plans, because Quinn, obviously, his strategy the whole time, or his goal the whole time, is to turn the Shire, this fat little country, into his own little personal fiefdom. He wants to establish himself as the lord of this new little country. So that's his goal, and he's just using Lotho as his cat's paw, which Lotho doesn't realize until Quinn makes his move. Right. So Quinn makes his move, and his move is to arrest Lobelia. So the arrest of Lobelia is the turning point, because Quinn, uses Lobelia as a hostage, essentially. So that that's when he turns, and Lotho now is no longer deceived, and but he continues to serve, now in despair, as Quinn's cat's paw, because of course he's holding Lobelia, his mother, hostage. And it's now clear to him that he's made a horrible mistake, and that now these ruffians are overrunning the Shire, and there's nothing they can do. There are too many orcs. We've already killed almost all of them.
The Dunlendings rally to the banner of the White Hand.
Okay, there are too many orcs to dislodge from the city with but one assault. We must retreat and recuperate. Okay. Well, we did a lot. Anyway, so you see this really fun, complicated political drama that we have set up, and of course at the end, Sharky comes in, and then he takes over and he executes Quinn in a show of force, and begins basically just lets the ruffians go. Quinn was trying to keep discipline, right, because he wanted to be the Duke of an orderly kingdom, whereas Sharky just wants everybody to destroy everything. So he wins over the ruffians to his firm allegiance by just letting them go and do whatever they want, which is destroy stuff and take things for themselves, and that's when the eucatastrophe occurs, right? So in the context of this show, the way that the return of the four travelers in their shining mail and helmets and everything is just this absolutely unaccountable eucatastrophe, these godlike hobbits come to the Shire and rally everybody, and the scouring happens. It was pretty cool. I was really interested in this show, so that was our project at SoCalMoot that I wanted to share with you guys.
What brings you to these lands?
Okay. So we could make more attacks in the future. Okay. Ooh, what's that little symbol? I've acquired a cryptic heritage rune of knowledge. I understand what each of those words individually mean. Okay, I don't want to repeat that quest. I really don't.
Our success depends upon our strength.
If I'm to see these
Will you
survivors
aid us?
safely to Eaworth, a safe path must be made. Mounted scouts... Oh. More mounted scouts? Okay, sure. Be happy to do that. Bear enough. Okay. Yeah, so when film gets to that point, your archives will be plundered. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I got that all worked out. Now I know how to handle the squinty-eyed southerner in Bree when we get there. But see, the idea was that this is kind of a spin-off series, right? That it should be a sort of a standalone for, like, meanwhile, back in the Shire. Alright, I did not even get a spear from you? How useless was that? I'm gonna ride on because I think I've got an orc chasing me on foot. Hey Steinbrink, good to see you again. Let's see. Where is anybody? You will fulfill my quest, won't you? Mr. Skirmisher? Yes, you will, in theory. Okay. All right. Now, Bill Stickers, if you're still here, let me get back to your at long last. Let me get back to your question. How did Gandalf get Glamdring back when he came back from the death? That's a great question. He got his body back, but he was naked and had to be clad by Galadriel first. Would he have his sword but not his clothes? Or did his being naked mean he came back a spirit and had to be clad in a body? Was Glamdring then a spiritual sword? Great questions. Okay. So I actually do think that when Gandalf says that he was naked, he's referring to his body. That he did return, and when he initially returned, he returned as a spirit. This, of course, makes good sense of another issue. Oh, there's a captain. Okay. Where's he? Way back there? Okay. Fine. Let's see. Let me see if I can find him first. Oh, there's a little milestone up here. A little stable master up here. Oh, I think I'm going to keep the Eaworth milestone.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Because I can use the stable master, so that's fine. Oh, here's that orc finally catching up with me. Oh, but just in time. We ride on. Okay, so he's over here. Anyway, so let's see. What was I going to talk about? Gandalf. Nudity. Right. So, remember that when the Astari first came to Middle-earth, they came on a ship, right? Remember that's when Círdan gives Gandalf the ring? Right? Okay, is that you? Mokrok? Yes, it is. I defy you, Mokrok. So, anyway, yeah, when they first came, they came on a ship. That's when Gandalf got his ring. In other words, they had bodies already. They were incarnated in bodies. And then they came back. Or, you know, then they sailed over. So one question is, like, if Gandalf is back, if his spirit returned, like, why didn't he need a boat, right? Answer, because he came back in spirit. So now here's one question that I am not sure I remember the answer to, or if this question was ever explicitly answered at all by Tolkien. Before I get back to the Glamdring question. So there you are. And the question is, or the issue rather, is the question of the incarnation of Gandalf 2.0. So, one of the things that must always be remembered about the wizards is, although they are Maiar, which, you know, like any of the Ainur, can be, you know, they can walk about in their naked spirits, or they can clothe themselves with body. That's where the nakedness metaphor comes relevant, right? Because they, in their naked essence, are spirits. They don't have bodies normally, right? But they can clothe themselves in bodies like a person clothes themselves in clothes. So, okay. Theoretically, any mounted dudes I find from here should have spears. Boy, now they're scarce on the ground. Oh, there they are. So we needed them to spawn. Okay. But that's not the way that the wizards are, right? The wizards are incarnated in their bodies. Like, their relationship with their bodies, the relationship between the the Maya spirits of the wizards and their bodies is like the relationship between men and their bodies. They're not just manifesting a body which they can like decorporealize from at will. That is not how the wizards work. They made a bigger commitment than that to Middle-earth when they came. Signing up as a wizard, signing up to be one of the Astari and come to Middle-earth was kind of a big commitment in this way, because you were committing yourself to a body. That's why Gandalf sounds like he's, afraid of dying at various points, because he kind of is afraid of dying, and death means something important to him. It means the severing of that relationship with his body. So he returns naked to, the peak of Zirek-Zigil upon which he fought the Balrog. And he's not automatically incarnated again. I don't like to say reincarnated because that implies something quite different. He is not incarnated again in the same way that he was before. You can tell because he's there naked. He comes back as a naked spirit, which wasn't a mode in which the Astari were allowed to operate the first time round, because because that's not the circumstances under which they agreed to come. It's not the kind of aid that the Valar were granting to the people of Middle-earth in the Third Age. Okay, fine. So the question is, when Gandalf is clothed again, what does that mean? Is he incarnated again? So Gandalf 2.0, Gandalf the White Rider, does he have the same relationship with his body that Gandalf the Grey had? This, by the way, is why, remember that strange moment when Gandalf meets when he meets with Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas again, and he doesn't remember his own name at first, right? Yes, I was Gandalf. Yes, you may still call me Gandalf, right? This is not surprising, because the memories of his life as Gandalf are part of his incarnate experience, which is over. He died. So there is a sense in which the Gandalf that they knew is in fact dead. Right now, obviously, he does retain the memories of Gandalf the Grey, but it's like he doesn't recall them immediately because of the very significant shift in context, I think that Gandalf the White, one of the reasons that Gandalf the White is so different, right? Like, why is Gandalf the White Gandalf 2.0? I suspect that he is not incarnated in the same way. That, remember when he says, like, none of you indeed has any weapon that can hurt me? I think that this means that he is no longer an incarnate being, that instead he is a clothed spirit in the way. This is, the Valar did not want to send, for their own reasons, they did not want to send people, like, they didn't want to do War of Wrath 2.0, right? They did not want Ainur in their, like embodied Ainur to be just coming back to Middle-earth and mixing it up with Sauron and his servants in the Third Age. That's why they sent the incarnate wizards, which means that their power is more curtailed. I mean, they again, they're incarnated like men. They were like men. They did seem to be, they didn't seem to, they did age, but very slowly. But anyway, they were restricted. Gandalf, when he returns, is unrestricted, less restricted. So here I think you do have one of the Ainur coming to Middle-earth in power in Gandalf 2.0, in ways, like basically that is the grace that is given to him, not only to come back, he's not just reborn or something, but he is enabled to return sort of in his own power. And that is why he's Gandalf 2.0. Now, here's the thing that would tell against that. It might be that that's not the case. And if that weren't, here's the passage I'm not sure I can reconcile with that. Or, well, anyway, let's see. So when Gandalf calls himself, and when he says, indeed, I am Saruman, you might say, Saruman as he should have been. Well, Saruman wouldn't have been like that, right? So, but it's possible that Gandalf isn't talking about, like, in spiritual essence, right? But rather, he is talking about Saruman as he should have been, just simply, like, morally, by choice, right? I'm going to make the choices that Saruman should have been making. Not necessarily that, Saruman would have been just like this if he had played his cards right. So I still, in the end, I still do stick with the opinion that, with the reading, that Gandalf is now, a sort of unfettered Ainu acting, rather than an incarnate Istari like he was before. So, anyway, this means, however, that I don't think that Glamdring presents a significant problem, because his spirit did return to the place where he died. And Glamdring would presumably have been lying right there, and he could easily have picked it up. So, anyway, that's, did they find, oh man, could they just let these spears drop a little bit more frequently than this? Would that absolutely kill somebody? Honestly, I have had a very great deal of unnecessary combat today. Okay, Matham. Really? There is a warband named Matham? Does he have, arrow shooting ads? Can I solo that guy? Because if so, I feel like I should. Come on, just drop the stupid spears. Drop the last spear, for crying out loud. Oh, finally. Good thing that wasn't a nuisance. All right, Thane Bjorknoth. Please don't ask me to do anything like that again. That was the most annoying Thornhope related thing I've had to do. Okay. Okay, so, Oop, sorry, just ran right over the camp. Okay. Y'all didn't spawn in time. Not my fault. Okay.
What brings you to these lands?
More spears than we need. Okay. Yeah, well. It's also more than I wanted to collect. A mounted menace.
Our mission is dire.
No problem. Happy to help, of course, Bjorknoth. Smoke and ashes. Okay, one more.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
You recall seeing smoke and ashes in the air near the eaves of Fangorn. Yeah, I noticed that too. It seems strange, for the forest there was not burned, and my folks seldom go so close to Fangorn. Okay, sure. So you're trying to get me back on the... Anyway, so, somebody was... Hang on a second. Somebody had a... Oh, no, okay. Yeah, the warband. Forget the warband. I'm out of time anyway. Yeah, no, I'm just going to decline this for now. Thank you very much. And he's vectoring me back over to where I was. Okay, I guess we can then could continue on and head to the thing. Fine. Okay. All right, so hang on. I'm going to go, but let me just finish up real quick with some of the quick follow-up questions here. So there are two questions here. One is, why did he need Gwai here to carry him? I don't think this means that he was still in spiritual form only when Gwai here carried him. Naked, he was returned, okay. So the questions are, why did Gwai here carry him, and in what sense did Galadriel clothe him? As his being clothed in a body would certainly be done by himself. Yeah, obviously. I don't know what Galadriel was meant to have done with him. In any case, I always thought that even like as a kid, I thought that when he says that Galadriel clothed him, that it seems to have more to do. It seems to have more than, it seems to mean more than simply she gave me a robe. Right? I mean, I don't doubt she did. But doesn't it seem like it means more than, Galadriel, went to the rummage sale and gave me some clothes? His being clothed, his returning to Lothlorien, where he is healed in spirit and where he is clothed anew, seems like more has happened here than just garments, right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I need to. Well, we'll talk about it more when we get there and exploring the Lord of the Rings. Maybe I should just sort of save it for that, because I'd want to really explore the whole passage line by line to understand that better. Yeah, so we'll see. But again, that he had a body on the top of the mountain is clear, because he, I think, picked up Glamdring and took it with him. And he, which means I think Gandalf technically looted his own corpse. Just saying. And he then got a ride from the Eagle, right? So, okay. All right. going to sign off, though, because I'm overextending my time, which, of course, hardly surprising given that I've been away for so long and I've been so enthusiastic to be back with you guys. Great to be back again. I am sadly going to miss again next week. But the good news is it'll be the last time I will miss for a while. That's not true, actually. Darn it. Hang on a second. Let me just check my calendar, because actually I think I'm going to miss the next 2 weeks. Darn it. Yes, I am. Okay. So next week I'm going to be in Austin, Texas, where I'm giving a talk. I'm giving a talk about what we're doing at Signum at South by Southwest EDU. Talking about the future of the humanities in the 21st century. It's going to be really cool. But I'm not going to be back in time. I'm flying in on Friday, but I won't be back in time for my stream. And then the week after that, I'm going to be down in Orlando for Sunshine Moot. So anybody who's down in the Florida region, I hope, can join us for Sunshine Moot. You can go to signumuniversity.org and you will see a link to our events. And Sunshine Moot, of course, is there. So that's going to be really cool. And but it also means that I won't be here next week. So no, I will be back on the 27th of March. I will return in March, just after Gondorian New Year, and we will resume again. But I'm only going to miss 1 week in April, the week of Magnolia Moot. So don't forget, Sunshine Moot coming up on the 21st of March. And Magnolia Moot coming up on the 18th of April. Magnolia Moot is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Sunshine Moot in near Orlando, Oviedo, Florida, technically. So those are the 2 moots that are coming up. They're still happening. I'm not canceling them for fear of contagion or anything like that. Anyway, Oviedo. There we go. Thank you, Madman Mono. I don't know the name. Oviedo. That's where it is. So Madman Mono, I hope you can come. Would love to see you at Sunshine Moot this year. That'll be fun. So Sunshine Moot in 2 weeks, and Magnolia Moot a month after that on April 18th in Charlotte, North Carolina. So go to signumuniversity.org to sign up for those events and join me at those places, which I'm looking forward to going to. All right. Thank you, everybody. Druid's Fire is next. And I will leave you in Druid's Fire's hands, and I will see everybody in 3 weeks again. But then more Gryfflet in the month of April, certainly, than there has been in the month of February and March. Thanks, everybody. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.